But I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, the Capcom Cup is full of random players." Man, you have no idea. You have no idea the struggle they made to get to Capcom Cup.
What are some of the sacrifices that people make in order to qualify for Capcom Cup? Leo is a tournament organizer from Argentina, and he's responsible for this year's World Warrior South America East series of tournaments. Leo and I had a really long and awesome chat about all things South American FGC, but with Capcom Cup just around the corner, here is a portion of the interview where we talk specifically about this year's Capcom Cup qualifiers, those who qualified in the past, and those who almost made it as well. Apologies for a little bit of the stuttering in the video. The internet connection was a little bit wonky, but you'll be able to hear everything that we've said. Enjoy. Let's talk about World Warrior and let's talk about this year's Capcom Cup. So what were the storylines from World Warrior and Capcom Cup qualification this year?
I can talk to you about Blas. He qualified for this year's Capcom Cup. He is 15 years old. No, not 50, 15 years old. He's a very skilled, very talented player. He came out from nowhere. Last year, he showed he was pretty strong in Street Fighter 5. Not last year. He came out like in 2022, 2023 as a 13 years old player. He was very good at Street Fighter 5. He did pretty well. And well, in Street Fighter 6, he showed that he's a very talented, he's a very skilled player. Then in the other hand, you have Duki from here, from Argentina. He's a very, very talented fighter, but he has a very interesting and a very inspiring history because he is a very struggling guy. Now, he had a lot of personal problems. He had to move to a new home because he had some economic problems. He had a sort of family issues. I don't want to get into his very personal story, but he's a player that's inspiring because no matter what happened, no matter what he's going through, he always trained, he always laughs, he always played. Let me tell you, he was South American disease called dengue. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Dengue, it's a disease you get from a mosquito, and they call the bone breaker something like the bone breaker fever because it's terrible. People, it's yelling and screaming of pain when they get dengue. Where Duki was playing tournaments, so I think that it's the best example to show the rest of the fighters. Oh, when they say, "Oh, I have a problem. Oh, my monitor is not working good because the blue color it's not right." So no, man, no. You struggle, you play, you are committed to this. You have your objective. You win. You want to win. You need to focus in your objectives, and I think that's the best I can say from Duki. I can talk about Shaka as well. Shaka, it's well, he worked as a cop. He has 4 children, and I don't know how the hell he finds the room to practice and get the stronger. He's so strong, and he has so little time. I wish I could know his method. I know he has a method because how the hell to qualify to Capcom Cup, working as a cop, having 4 children, having a wife, that's awesome. That's a very inspiring example of what is a real commitment. South Americans, we are used to all like harder. We have problems to get our visa to go to the United States. Actually, Duki and Shaka, they classified for Capcom Cup. They qualified for Capcom Cup to 2023, but they couldn't travel because they don't get their visas. Now they have their visas, okay? Uh, but it's always a very big issue to the South American people of FGC of South American FGC to get to travel to USA, that because of visa issues. And that's and not just like that. You can buy a PlayStation or PC, a good PC or a good PlayStation to play. It's not something like you could say, oh, it's so expensive, I have to work a lot to get it. Here, a good PC or a PlayStation with a good joystick or a good hitbox or whatever, it's something that it's very expensive to us. We managed to get it, but it's something that it's very expensive. So we try to take care a lot, because if one of those things it's broken, it's gonna get a lot of effort to get it again. So we are used to struggle every day with many things, but that maybe some other communities don't fortunately don't have to struggle. Because you're giving me this opportunity to share this with all the people around the world. Maybe they don't know what happens here. They don't have to, but they really don't know, because I heard a lot of people. Of course, I don't want to get into the names, but I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, the Capcom Cup is full of random players." Man, you have no idea. You have no idea the struggle they made to get to Capcom Cup. You have no idea how talented are those players. Those players are, maybe if they get a little bit into what happened here, how struggling is to be a competitive fighting games here, they will, I don't know, they will understand.
The Street Fighter, there's a struggle that we fight in game, but then what makes the FGC so interesting as well is the struggles that we need to face in real life as well, to keep playing the games that we play, to just qualify for this video game tournament called Capcom Cup, which means so much to so many people. So thank you so much for sharing that. This is definitely a highlight for me in the interview. So you talked a little bit, so perfect, right? So you talked a little bit about World Warrior, and some people have criticized this format because some people say, right, oh, we're not going to see the best of the best. In fact, we've got a bunch of jobbers from, wherever around the world. We just want to see Capcom Cup should be, I don't know, right, 80% Japanese and American, for example, right? So can you tell me a little bit more about if you prefer this World Warrior format compared to the previous CPT points format? What are the pros? What are the cons?
Of course, I totally prefer this World Warrior format, because this format gives the chance to unknown players to get into the spotlight, and that would be a really good chance for them to get a good sponsor, so they could travel to great tournaments, to important tournaments, and get better, and all the benefits that comes with that. So, and I have to say, the actual World Warrior champion came out from a World Warrior. It was the Uma. He qualified by World Warrior, and he's the champion. So who can tell me that World Warrior only gets random unknown players? So if you, of course, if you're a fanboy of the regular known players, so if you're a fanboy of the great names, okay, I'm sorry for you, man. There's a competitive circuit. Everyone can participate, and everyone can qualify if they are good enough. If they are not good enough, they don't classify. So they are not on Capcom Cup. If your favorite name is not playing Capcom Cup, I'm sorry, man. He couldn't make it. That's the truth. So I'm sorry if your name, your favorite name, I wanted to see blah blah blah. I would like to see blah blah blah. But he no, well, he couldn't. He couldn't. This is competition, man. This is about who is the stronger, who adapts the best. If you couldn't classify, it's clearly because you couldn't adapt, you couldn't be the best in that format, so you are not that good.
I want to push back a little bit because, right, some people are going to say, right, for example, Momochi barely missed out on qualification this year. But so if Momochi went over, if it was the old CPT point system and then there was a premiere in Argentina, Momochi goes there, everyone's going to say, hey, Momochi's going to get those points for sure. Is that true? How are basically what I'm asking is South America free or not?
South America is not free. You're talking about an hypothetic. It's good as well. Momochi coming here and voting all of our players, but that's not the case. If you want to know, in 2023 we invited Nemo to a tournament which I organized in Chile in a very big event which was called Gamer City, and he didn't win. Sanji Volado sent Nemo to losers, and Duki eliminated Nemo from the tournament. So we are not free at all, man. And Haitani, back in the Street Fighter 4 era, Haitani went to a last chance qualifier in Brazil, and he actually lost to Kioma. Haitani was Haitani. See, yeah, Haitani. Haitani lost to Kioma, and Kioma qualified for Capcom Cup on Street Fighter, the last Street Fighter 4 Capcom Cup. So we are not free at all, man. If you wanna, I have a message to all of the players that could be Punk were in Brazil back in 2020 through 2023. I don't remember. He participated in a lot of tournaments, and he didn't won any tournament. He lost, and he was so salty, and he talked so much trash, but he lost. I mean, Punk is a beast, man. He's a beast. I can't deny that. He's the current Evo champion. He's Punk. He's a very good player, but he came here. He played the Brazilian tournaments. He got his ass kicked, you know. So we're not free at all. We're not the best in the world, of course, but we are not free, definitely.
God, yes, I love this. I love this. Oh my
Let's
goodness.
go.
Yes, let's go. There's so many strong players from all around the world and so many
Of course.
people that we just never have heard of before. I can't believe it. Like as I'm like so hyped, like my lights at the back just went off and now it's almost as if everything is clear and I'm reminded of why I'm doing this as well because yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. To me, right, this is what makes this format of Capcom Cup so interesting because now we know that
That's
anybody
fine.
can beat anybody, right? And that's the beauty, especially of the FGC.
Yes, yes. That's it. There's a lot of players, very skilled players that you may don't know because they don't have the chance or they don't have the chance, but now they have the chance. And you're knowing them and you're watching them and something that you should know is that South American players they don't are so used to be in front of a big scenario, you know, the spotlights, the people, the crowd, and that's something we need to get more used to, because that's a factor that when you're playing, you may get kind of nervous because of all that environment you're not used to. That's why we need to get it more into international tournaments, big international tournaments, to get more used to get more used to that environment, as I said, the spotlights, the crowd screaming. I think that if we can get more experience in that, on that, we can get better performances.
How far will the South Americans go this year? Do you think any of them has a shot at winning the entire thing? Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and while you're at it, don't forget to give this video the like and subscribe treatment, because I'll be releasing the rest of this interview at a later date. And in the meantime, I'm gonna have 2 more interviews with Capcom Cup 11 qualifiers coming right up in the next few days, and you guys don't want to miss that. Peace, and I'll see you guys in the next one.